welcome to Pecan Corner. I'm Tina, and today I'm making fried cabbage with corned beef for St. Patrick's Day. We're not very big fans. We love cabbage, but we prefer fried cabbage over boiled cabbage. So I made this a while back and it turned out really good. So this is what we're going to have for St. Patrick's Day. I canned some commercial corned beef back in the summer, and I did it raw pack. All I did was I just treated it like I would a raw pack of roast, and I cut it into fairly good sized chunks. And then I added, I did add water or broth. I can't remember which one it was, and then just canned it like I would roast. And it held up really well. It did really nicely. There's lots of room. I don't know if you can see. These are purple, those purple jars, but there's a lot of room in the jar, a lot of liquid and a lot of room for the meat to move around, to be sure that it got completely done properly when it was being canned. So I think I've done fried cabbage before, but we are sheltering in from the coronavirus, and so we're gonna make do from now on. We've done all our shopping, and we should be just fine for at least a couple of weeks without having to go out and about. Very sweet, one of our young neighbors has already offered to go get anything we might need from town, but although I think we're good, I don't think we'll need anything. And we've discovered that we like Aldi's powdered creamer better than the half and half we've been using for our coffee. So we're planning on using that from now on, actually, and we wouldn't have discovered that if it hadn't been for getting ready for this. All right, there's my cabbage cut up, and now I'm going to start heating the skillet. Let me bring the camera over here. Okay. Last time I made this, I cooked the onions first, and they kind of disintegrated. Paul was not happy because he couldn't figure out if I had any onions in there because they had just all cooked away. I'm also going to bring my corned beef to a boil in a separate pan because I want it to hold its shape. So I don't want to mix it in with the cabbage until after the cabbage is done. I'll bring some of this up with a spoon in a second and let you see it. There we go. Whoops, splattered everywhere. My dishwasher picked today to go out. It decided to wait. See, these are the size of the chunks that I made of the corned beef. Just perfect, you know. It's very, well, except for my mess that I'm making. It's very tender. All right, now I'm going to get that going and let that boil. I did my last shopping trip on the 10th, which was a week ago, and didn't realize until today that there's a couple of things I forgot to get more of. I only have half a head of cabbage because I forgot to get another head, but that's okay. We'll be fine. We have lots of food to eat, so we don't need to go out. This is bacon fat that I'm going to use to fry the cabbage in. I would add bacon, but since I'm doing the corned beef, I don't need to add additional meats to the cabbage. Let that melt. Get my lid for my pan. I hope y'all are having a good St. Patrick's Day. And I hope you're finding good ways to stay occupied at home if you're able to. stay at home, if you have a job that requires you to still be out and about, particularly with the public, may God bless and protect you. I feel like this is what we prepared for. We didn't think it would be an infectious disease that we were prepping for, but we knew that there was a reason to do so. So we have plenty. For example, I forgot to buy those fresh vegetables while I was out. So I only have 4 fresh onions and some green onions and a couple of shallots. But I've got plenty of dehydrated onion and onion powder, and I've got plenty of garlic. You know, so I've got other things to use to substitute. Now then, I'm going to turn that down slightly, and I'm going to let that cook down. And then I'll be back when we're a little bit further along. Okay, now then, the cabbage is getting nicely brown. So I kept the lid on it, and I've stirred it 3 or 4 or 5 times. And it's nicely brown, but it's not done yet. There's still some. So now it's time to add the onions. And I've just kind of used what I had. I used a shallot that was starting to get soft, and a green onion, and some regular onion. There we go. Don't waste any onion when I can't just run to the store and get more. There we go. Alright, now mix it all in. Turn my fire down just a little bit because I want it to cook a little bit slower now. Alright, put my lid back on, and my corned beef is boiling well there, so I'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay, now then. Now I'm going to, my cabbage and onions are all done. And I'm going to add my my corned beef. There we go. Slotted spoon. It's kind of big. Here we go. This is better. This is Paul's favorite spoon. It was his mother's. Maybe his grandmother's before that. It's an oldie. Has an old Bakelite handle. So I'm very careful with it. I only use it gently these days. We used to use it constantly, but I'm more careful with it these days. Okay, now then. I'll just break these into a little bit smaller pieces. See how tender it is? There we go. Alright. Alright, now let's put it on the plate and let you see how the end result is. And there we have it. Corned beef and fried cabbage. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody!